Welcome to the first video of this channel. I'm starting the channel primarily for the fact that there's quite a few things I haven't seen on YouTube that I think should be there. A lot of concepts that aren't being discussed and a lot of ideas that I think could be passed down to more of the musician and, the studio worker, small studio runner who wants to improve their sound but doesn't need to learn the entire art. And they're more focused on music than they are the actual production. So that's going to be the aim of the channel. But for now, I'm going to start with the unboxing of the UR-RT2. There doesn't seem to be much information on this interface, which from everything I hear is a wonderful interface. And that quite surprises me, most especially as it has Rupert Neve transformers built right into the circuit path, which to me is fascinating. It's a new concept with the collaboration of Steinberg and Yamaha and Rupert Neve. These three companies together have made, from what it seems to be, an amazing project, an amazing product. And yeah, and there doesn't seem to be anybody talking about it on YouTube, maybe just a few videos, so I'm going to see if I can change that a bit. So without further ado, we're going to start the unboxing here. The box that comes in is quite nice. Lots of information, lots of different languages here. Sure, you can have a look there, nice and glossy, pretty standard. I mean, got a nice picture on the front, but let's be honest, it's just a box. And we care about what's inside. So, let's open this up. Right, looking inside here. Alright, we've got the manual, and it seems as if there are some drivers on a disc in here, which in 2019 seems a bit pointless, but why not? We have the power cable for this, which in my case has come the European adapter. I'm assuming there'll be a UK adapter in there as well. Well, I'm going to need to make a couple of phone calls. Right, looking into this. It's nice and protected in there, so wouldn't get hurt during the shipping. It's got a good bit of weight to it, which is exactly what I've heard, as I used the UR-RT2 myself. And this one, you can instantly tell from the transformers, has a bit more weight to it. Okay, so this is the device here. It looks good. It's got a good feel to it. You can even see the signature of Rupert Neve through the grates there. Nice little touch. Yeah, got a good solid build quality to it. I feel like I could drop it and it wouldn't even notice. So, taking a look at the device here, from left to right, you've got your light up to let you know that you're plugged in and good to go for the USB. You've got your high Z button here, which will basically amplify your signal, I believe, by plus 6 dB. If I'm wrong, let me know. You've got your two inputs here, accepts both mic and line, with your peak meters and your phantom power above it. Past that, you've got your buttons to turn on the transformers for each one of the inputs separately, which is quite neat. So you have the option of having the coloration of the transformers or just doing it clean. The first noticeable difference between this and the UR-RT2 to me happens to be the knobs here. They feel very good. Not that the 242s feel bad, but these ones feel leveled up, if you will. And yeah, that's quite nice. They turn quite equally. No problems there at all. With regards to the UR-RT2 versus this, that will be another video coming up very soon. And yes, you also have your separate headphone gain knob here, which is super helpful. I don't know why devices in this year would not come with them, but believe it or not, some do. So yeah, there we go. Looking at the back here, we've got obviously your power button, power cable input, USB 2.0 inputs, your option to turn on the phantom power or not, which is a slight difference to the UR-RT2, your MIDI in, your MIDI out for the old school kind of 5-pin MIDI. You've got your main outs and your line inputs, which won't be running through the transformers. So yeah, at the moment, that's pretty much it for the device itself. Now let's have a look at these cables here. So looking at this, which I bought it on a UK site, but it did come from Germany. And it seems that they sent me a European plug. However, that can be easily sorted. I wouldn't recommend using an adapter if you do this, as that could add noise into your signal. I would very much recommend getting the original UK plug if you live in the UK, or US plug if you live in the US. But I mean, seems fine. Nice standard feel. I mean, what can I say? It's a plug. Right. Moving on to the manual. Actually, before we get to that, we have the USB 2.0 cable in here. Nice, good quality. Seems fine. I'd always recommend using the original cable that comes with your interface, as other ones could again introduce delay or introduce artifacts that you don't want, or noise, or whatever. So very much would recommend using the cables that come with it. And let's see the length on this here. It's not exactly the longest cable, but it could be worse. For most situations, it'll probably be fine. However, just to backtrack on what I just said, you may need to get a longer cable depending on your setup. But I would recommend first trying to change your setup to accommodate the cable before changing the cable to accommodate your setup. That being said, looking at the power cable here, the cable seems exceptionally long. At least a good distance bigger than the USB cable itself, which you would kind of expect, for the fact that it's going to usually travel a longer distance from the socket to your interface than your interface would to your computer. And it seems to be that they've put in some circuit protection so that if case there's any problems, it's not going to blow up your interface. Which is super smart. Good. Alright, now moving on to this. Tools for the UR-RT2. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. And again, let me know if I'm wrong, but that these would be the drivers and the DSP-FX. The DSP-FX, which I'll cover in another video, but very briefly, is a nice little package that's included with a lot of Steinberg interfaces at the moment, which allow you to add compression, EQ, and reverb, latency-free, and to monitor the inputs of your device. Super cool. But we'll come to that later. What else do we have here? We have the Cubase AI, which is a watered-down version of Cubase. And we have Cubase LE, which is a version of Cubase for your iPad. Super cool. I'm going to give it a shot. I've always been a Pro Tools guy myself. However, if I got a free version, I might as well see what it's like, see what the hype's all about. And the upgrade paths aren't too bad from there. If I remember correctly, it's something around 40 or 50 pounds to upgrade to Cubase Elements. And if I find it good enough, yeah, perhaps I will. Yeah, and you've got your manual here, multiple languages. It's just fine, black and white, like every other manual I've seen. So, that is the unboxing of the Steinberg UR-RT2 with the Rupert Neve transformers. Can't wait to plug this in and see what it sounds like. The next video, we'll move on to the features of the UR-RT2, see what the sounds are, see what the DSP effects are like, and cover everything that it does. And then following that, we'll have a look at the difference between the UR-242 and the UR-RT2 to see if it's worth the significant price difference. Okay, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that little button down there that says subscribe. Thank you very much.